Well, it's Monday, and what better way to start off a Monday than bringing in a new project? Well, technically it's not new. We've been waiting for parts to come in. But ShineXD, your van is back in the shop. We're getting measurements right now for the risers on your hose reels. So I'm about to go get the metal. We're gonna start fabricating, start building the risers. You're gonna have 3 hose reels across the back here. They're gonna be electric. Then we're gonna start on the inside. We gotta start doing your frames for your tanks, for your soft wash, for your GX390, another hose reel in there. We got 2 more hose reels in there. So we're about to pack this 1-pound bag of 20 pounds of poo. So we're about to start packing it all in here. I put this. Got 2 holes there, 2 holes there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to get all right, everybody, we're back. So now we're excited because guess what just come in? The powder coating. So now we get to start installing. So we got everything back. We got the tank in place, but before we start mounting everything, I got a couple of things I gotta do. So when you're dealing with vehicles that you can't get behind with a bolt, we use what we call a nut rivet. So when you drill the hole out like into the floor, we put this in there, and this is just like a rivet. It crimps up, that way you can fasten things to the floor. So I'm gonna show you how we do this. So a lot of people don't realize this. Whenever you're using a nut rivet, always put a little bit of oil on the threads before you screw your nut rivet on. People don't realize this thing builds up heat and you can gald the threads. Now I gotta get the right size. I can't remember which one this is. And then all you do is go. One nut rivet. I'm gonna put a little bit more oil. Screw this one on there. Feel like it's caught on the threads. Alright, we gotta take a cut. Because we had it too high powered. Alright, to number 2. That's how you do it, folks. That's called nut rivets. Put a little bit of oil on the threads of your bolt, and then when you screw this on there, that'll keep it from galling, getting hot, and not wanting to come out. Perfect. Put your little bit of oil. And last but not least, so we got 4 on the floor here, and then I got some that goes into the frame. And that's how you do it. So we got a couple going to the frame. Gotta go right there. Beautiful. Now I got 2 more on the other side. We're doing these, we use step bits. A step bit has multiple sizes. As you drill into the metal, if you use a drill bit, sometimes it will suck the drill bit in, and like if you're doing it on a van, you could dimple or punch through the outer perimeter of the van. So with a step bit, it's only going to go a little bit at a time. It'll save you from damaging the external part of like a van or a trailer, closed-in trailer. So these are the little tips that we're sharing with you so you don't make these mistakes. Drill bits, when you're drilling, they'll suck in real quick and then you can damage the outside of the vehicle. So that's a no-go. That's a rookie move. Isn't that right, Jeff?
Absolutely.
And so there's those. We can start bolting everything in. But first, we need to hook the hoses up to the tank before we bolt everything down, because once we bolt it down, it's going to be hard to get back there to them. All right, more to come. Update on ShineXD van. So yesterday, we got all of the tanks put in. The powder coating is back, the frames are installed. We got all the plumbing for the GX390. This one is going to go into the RO system. You got your inlet valve, your dump valve, same thing on this side. But right here is where the soft wash system is going to go. So we got to get it unboxed. All the plumbing's done from the big tank to the big pressure washer. Come on back. Jeff is over here working on the hose reels right now. So we're going to have soft wash hose. A gray non-streak 3/8 for the big pressure washer. We're going to have 2-strand 1/4 inch for the DI system. So we're going to get all this installed today. But let's do some unboxing. On the unboxing, let's see what stuff we have for ShineXD. Another chemical tank? We did a different tank. So this tank may be going back with him. I don't know, I gotta talk to him about it. Any other parts in there? Nope. And this one is, I'm sure, all the valves and mounting brackets and everything else for the soft wash. Let's see. Ken has been ordering stuff like crazy from Expert Power Wash. Let's do this. Let's throw this thing on the ground. And as expected, a bunch of parts. And this is your manifold. So that is your soft wash manifold that does all the magic. Instructions. Jeff, instructions.
Instructions?
Yeah. We don't need no damn instructions. And this is your other manifold plate for your pump that we have to wire in more parts. So what we're going to be doing today is figuring out where we're going to be putting the DI system, the DI tank, and where we're going to install, oh, that's the X-Jet. Does anybody know what an X-Jet is? They weld these together and you put them on your wand, they're heavy. I do mine individual. I don't like all that extra weight on the end of the wand. When you're out there working and cleaning, you'll run your wand, all that extra weight, it's going to build up your muscles, but it's also going to make you tired. When you're getting old and decrepit like me, you don't want to be tired. You just want to come in and do the job. Oh, they got a swivel. Don't know where that goes on this. Trigger gun for your soft wash. Cool. And that's where you can plug your X-Jet into it. They look like they do a good job with all the parts, how they bag them up. They got everything separated. First time I did this system, everybody knows I'm not a big fan of soft wash, but there's a place for everything. And what I'm seeing here, this company does a real good job including all of the fittings you need. So all this goes to this. Right on. So we even have PVC. So now we got to figure out how everything goes in there. Your ball valves, your manifolds, and everything else. Because this system I want to mount to the back side of the tank frame. And it looks like I'm about to do some brackets. Yes, I am. But we'll get that figured out and get all this dialed in. So what we're going to do right now, here in a minute, as soon as we get this customer's trailer out of the way, we're going to pull the van out. We're going to top off all the tanks for the water, make sure we have any leaks before we go any further. Whenever you're building something, you test stuff as you go along. So with the hose reels, we're going to plumb in the jumper hoses that go to the pressure washer. We're going to top the tanks off. We'll hook a hose up to the reel, make sure the reel's not leaking, make sure everything's dialed in before we send it out to electrical. All of this stuff right here will be going to a friend of mine's shop. He does all my electrical for me. We can do it, but JR has a shop. He does all the wraps on the hoses. He does everything where it's phenomenal. And that's who I take it to JR. So when we go to that shop, we'll do a video on it so you can see his shop. If this is something that you need in the future, you can give JR a call. And now it's all we got to do is get the van out, top the tanks off, check them for leaks, and no leaks, move further. More to come. All right, everybody, so we're making some more progress. So we had to take the cabinet out. So before we were going to mount all of the soft wash stuff back here and put this cabinet over here, I come up with a better idea. So since he's got a soap tank and a chemical tank, we're going to mount everything right here on the side, so it's right here in front of you. We're going to put the pump here, the valves up here, your soap tank here, and then also we have a DI tank. So the DI tank will mount right here. It will help support the soap tank, and I'm going to build a bracket that will go here and here and bolt to this frame to keep this tank in place. The engine was a little bit further, so I had to readjust this and move this over. So whenever you're doing builds like this, it's not always a cookie cutter sheet and you know what you're doing. You do your cookie one size and it fits. So we're having to make things work. So in the industry, I'm known for packing 20 pounds of poo in a 1 pound bag. Ken, Alfredo, ShineXD. So they kept ordering stuff. Well, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this. I'm like, dude, you're running out of real estate. So we're packing a lot of stuff right here in this area, and then you still got all this other room over here. So I got one hose reel right here that I'm going to mount on that wall back there. So this electric hose reel is going to mount on that back wall, and that's going to be for the inlet water. Then I got to get one of these reels, spool this hose up on it. I'm going to mount it right here so you can coil the hose up. So this is for your water fed brush. It's going to be DI water. So I'm going to put another reel right here, the big inlet water hose reel up there, and then you got all of this floor. So I'm making everything fit, and you still got room to get more stuff in here. Whew. 20 pounds of shit in a 1 pound bag. I said it, shit. But we're going to make it work. So we're going to get the valve system, the pump system, mounted onto the battery storage frame. Making progress. Thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe. Tell me what you think. I like it. All right. We have another update. ShineXD, your van is heading to electrical. So everything is in. Oh, I'm sore and beat up from it. So we're about to get everything wired in. All the electrical for the reels, for the soft wash system, and that's it. We installed the H6000 Reelcraft hose reel for the water fed brush, for water fed pole. We have a ball valve up here. You can turn this one off, turn this one on. Now you got water going to your reel. Turn this one off, this one back on. Now you got water going to your DI tank. So from your filter right here. This is a chemical tank that's going to be used for bleach. This tank is going to be used for soap. And you got your mixing ratio valves right here. So you can know what ratio you want to mix your soaps and chemicals and everything. We also have a flush out. That way you can flush out your system. It would go back around over to here to this hose and then out your hose at the back to flush your whole system out. On soft wash, this is something you got to do with these check valves. Every day when you get done, flush it out. Got to take care of it. If you don't, you're going to be replacing all this. Over here we have another manifold. This is for the DI tank. This is for the big tank for the pressure washer with the burner. So you got two valves here. Your switch is right here to crank your reel up. We'll get that wired in. And it took a lot to pack all this in here, but we're known for making a lot of stuff fit in a small area. So we got everything dialed in, everything packed in. We use the shelving to use for the soft wash, for the manifolds, for the pumps, power switch. Brought everything in. We got a reel right here, so it's easy to get to your soft wash or for your water fed pole hose. And now you got room in here to be able to put chemicals and your surface cleaner and whatever else you need to put in here. And to the back, you'll still have room to put stuff here, like if you need to put some fuel cans or whatever. The big racing fuel cans are real good to put in these areas. But you got all your hose reels. This is going to be soft wash. This is going to be for the pressure washer with the burner. And this one's for your DI pressure washer. So off to electric. We're going to go see you, JR. We're heading your way. We'll get this dialed in, get it all electric. It should be done after lunch or so today. I'll come back, pick it up. We'll spool all the hoses on. We'll fire everything up. We'll run everything through the paces, test everything. Make sure we don't have no leaks on none of the pressure hoses and the soft wash. Everything else is good, the tanks and all that. And it'll be ready for Ken and Alfredo to come pick up your van. I know I've had it for a while, but we've been waiting on parts to come in. And so everything's done. Hope you like it. Check it out, ShineXD, we just arrived. We're at Exclusive Wire Works to come see JR to get you all wired in. So come on in. So here at Exclusive Wire Works, JR is known for all of his stereo systems, his lighting. He does a little bit of everything. He does a lot for AM pressure washing. So come on back. We know whose car this is. This is one of our friends having their whole wiring done on this car. So JR just finished a boat up back here. He does motorcycle stereo systems. He does everything. He does a lot of like LED underlight carriage. But we're going to give you his number and everything else, and you can give him a call and ask him what can he do for you. So all right, we're at Exclusive Wire Works here with JR. JR, give a little rundown on your business. What all do you work on?
So basically we do like miscellaneous, some wiring, anything. Basically, if you got a battery in it, we'll work on it. We do custom car audio. We do electrical rewires for hot rods. We do electrical repair for body shops and so forth like that. Regular walk-in customers. I got a lot of customers that are automotive mechanics that bring me electrical repair work. So basically anything you got with a battery we'll work on.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about JR. He stays on top of all the latest and greatest new cars out there because panels can be a pain in the ass to take off without damaging them. He knows what he's doing. He's got tools for all of this. I only trust JR with all of my work whenever I'm doing like one of my new builds, like my Isuzu. What did I do? I brought my Isuzu to JR. He put LED lights in every single cabinet. He did all the electrical for the tail lights. He did everything. Stereo systems, everything for me. Even the LEDs underneath it, the strobe lights when we put them on our work trucks. This is a man. He does all of my stuff. So whenever you see my equipment out there and you see, you know, all the oohs and ahs on it, this is the man that does it. He's the one behind the scenes doing everything. So today we wanted to come out and bring ShineXD's van to JR because he does such phenomenal work. I can wire it in. It's not rocket science, but he has all the tools and the wrapping and makes everything look just spot on. You know, if it's not my field, I'll let the people in the field do it. And JR's my guy. Magic numbers, where are you located?
26690 Madison Avenue, Suite 103 in Marietta, California.
And what's your digits?
951-253-5858.
And if you got anything that you need done, if you got a new car, you want to bump up your stereo, if you got a motorcycle, whatever you got going on, or if you got a build like this that we're doing for you and you want to pimp it out, put LEDs on it, strobe lights, whatever, give JR a call. He is the man. Love you, man.
Love you too, man.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody have a great day. Peace. All right, so we're getting out of here. So JR's about to start to work on the ShineXD's van. And we got Carlos and Maya. These are the other people that are behind the scenes that make everything happen. Without these two, JR wouldn't exist. That's right, we said it.
Or go crazy.
Or go crazy. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Peace. All right, everybody, check it out. ShineXD's van's back from Exclusive Wire Works. We got all the electrical done. All the reels are working. But check it out. You know me, I can't leave stuff alone. So the one inside the van, it's mounted on a wall instead of flat. So when they're flat at the button, it's right here in the front. I'm modifying this bracket inside the van so it'll be in front just like these right here. So come on around. So the way this is mounted, it's mounted like this right here. So the push button was down here. So I modified it, redid a hole over here, put 2 more holes for the solenoid, and I'm about to bolt all this back up, screw everything back down in here, and then the push button will be right here on the front. And then once we get that done, I've got to do a drain valve. So probably off the side right here, we'll do the mount where we'll screw the water hose, and there'll be a drain valve that will go all the way down to the floor. We're gonna do that. We always do this on every single system we build. Whenever you have a pressure hose or a water hose, you don't want water running all over your equipment, inside your truck, van, trailer. You want to keep all that hard water draining somewhere. So we always build a drain valve. I'll probably put it like right here, so that way when you screw your water hose from right here, you just screw it into right here, and then the drain will go down below. But I'm going to start building these, and as I start building them, we'll do some more filming and show you how we do them. And this is maybe an idea that can work for you. That way you don't have water leaking all over your decks. Like if you got a mild steel trailer, it'll cause it to rust. So you want to keep everything clean, water draining whenever you roll your hoses up and you put them away. You want a drain valve. So that's another thing we're working on. We're spooling hoses up. I'm fixing this. I'm about to spool the hose up on here. I'm going to start working on the drain valves. And guess what's after that? Testing. We're going to prime everything, get everything up and going, and we'll film all this and show you how we do it. Hey, that worked out. Let's see here. And what I'm doing right now is I'm bolting that bracket back up in place. And once the bracket's back in place, I'll put all the solenoid and the button back in. I think I got it to go. I just need to flip it over. Get it on the flat side, man. And of course it went right back over here in the corner. Hey, I got it. Now I gotta put one for a ground. Almost done. All right, let me go put the fuse in and show you how it works. So I got a fuse I got to pull in because I'm messing with electrics. You take the fuse out. So I put the fuse back in and watch this. So now it's easy to hold your hose and coil it up. So sometimes it's just the little things you do. Instead of the button being here on the bottom, we put the button right here on top. Got to blow all the shavings out. Zip tie some wires back up. But this is a wrap. So now we're going to start plumbing the hose on there and do the drains and get this thing fired up and get it tested. Alrighty. I'm real anal about what hose I put on my reels, and as this is a good one right here, I'm gonna probably start stocking it. You can get these hoses, but the thing you want to look for, kink-free technology, contractor grade, heavy duty. This way you don't crimp them and you lose water. So I'm about to start coiling this bad boy up on here. Do 2 nut rivets like right here. I can use that little hole right there for one of them. And then do a 90 down on the back side and put it over there. Do 2 nut rivets, that way it's you know, secure, heavy duty. I'll taper this off, taper that off, do my hole there, tap it, put a 90 here on the back. Watch this, I'm gonna cut this. So I don't like sharp edges because when you're in there doing stuff, moving things around, you get cut. So I like to get rid of all the burrs and get rid of all the sharp edges. Now you see how smooth and soft it is. You get rid of all the sharp edges. That way you don't get cut. So now I'm going to drill a 3/4 inch hole right here, and then I'm going to thread it for my water hose connection, and then we'll do a drain on the back. I want to get my starter hole. That's your starter. And we'll continue to work our way up. So you can see I'm a little weirdo. I like to clean everything up, keep everything clean. So with that threaded, we would screw this in, and then on the back side, we will put one of these. So that way it'll mount to the wall. We'll do a drain hose out the bottom of the floor. Right now I gotta clean this up, get the oil off of it, paint it, and then we'll go do final assembly. Good old Windex. Got ammonia in it. Takes the oil off of it because you seen I was using oil to tap it. You get that off. Scrub it real good. Get it in the threads. Alrighty, now it's time for paint. We use a satin paint. Most all the equipment that we get is a satin base. A lot of people powder coat, so I'm going to show you how I powder coat. So I have to get my little stool over here. Throw this up here, turn on the old heater, and there's my powder coat. So about to get it done here pretty quick. I got to do my nut rivets. We're going to do 2 nut rivets in the side of the van. I got to do a step bit. I'll do this one. You see how I throw all my tools back? Because once I get done using them, I know where they're at. Throw them back, put them back out of the way.
I'll get it back and you can call me to see
Oh, one more notch. There you go. 2 nut rivets. So this work in here. I gotta make sure these are good. I gotta do a step up on the outside and run the hose up in there. So on this van, on the outer perimeter, there's a lot of little rubber grommets. See this one right here that I just pushed out with the finger? So these are out here. So this one is right there. So I'm gonna step this up so this hose fits in there, and then we'll put the drain hose. So right now, this is a 1/2 inch little plug, and I'm gonna go 3/4. Oh, gotta go some more. So the 3/4 go up in there, and we can thread it up in there. Oh. Now I gotta get it and pull it up in there. And then once we get it mounted, I'll come out here and cut the little piece off. All the little things it takes to build a piece of equipment. So that hole that I just drilled on the outside, here's the hose. So I'll heat it up and we'll put it on the nipple barb once that piece dries. We only have to do a clamp, because once you heat the hose up a little bit, it'll cool right off. Our heat gun that we've had for several years, that we run the devil out of it, cord kind of fried last week, so we got a new one. This one's fancy, Jeff. It's got digital readout.
Ooh.
Yeah, fancy, fancy. So you got, I don't know which is which, forgot which is cool, but it'll tell you. But you got your different settings right here. So I'll get that heated up here in just a minute. Whoa. Fan speed, temperature. I see the settings now because I got my glasses on. Let's see how this is coming. So the drains on this one, I literally think I'm gonna do a little bracket from here to here to here that they plug into.
I was wondering about that.
And then we'll just do a little short hose right here, and right there. So
Check door clearance and we had it, so.
yeah, so if I do a little flat piece out from here and we put a bolt in it, or I can do it from the bottom. And then that way each one can plug here, here, and here. Yeah, that's what we'll do.
They're both getting gray?
No, remember the far right one is getting the black 1/4 inch with the red writing.
Okay.
Yeah, the right one, and then 2-strand gray on the center one.
Right.
And then we got that blue hose. Where's that? Oh, it's on the card over here. So we're waiting for paint to dry. That's what we're doing. Literally, waiting for paint to dry. You know what, instead of the big one. So then at Hank's Hardware, they have a lot of this kind of stuff, and we love it. So we can do our fittings. I don't know if I'm gonna do flat, but I buy these already pre-made, pre-drilled, makes it quick and easy for us. We need to do any modifications to them, we do it real quick, and then we paint them, mount them, done deal. So for the 3/8, yeah, if I go a little bit lower and put a bolt in there, there, I think I can do them. Put one right there. So this one we can do here. We'll go down here and one right here and plug our couplers into. So I don't need all these. I only need 2 of these. All right, got it figured out. These little pads that we use, you can take them on and off real quick and easy. We have different ones. We have red, green, the brown ones. Then we have the grinder disc that we put on here. These are good for fine tuning. If you got to do something heavy duty, then you get the bigger grinder. Some people will shortchange yourself and say, oh, I don't need no gloves. Then you're going over there to the first aid box, getting a Band-Aid out. And trust me, it happens. I do it too. Sometimes I'm like, oh shit, I don't know my gloves are at. And then as soon as I don't get my gloves, I pay for it. All right. So now we're going to drill this. For those of you who don't know who Joe is Valleja. I think. There you go, one more notch. And people in social media world is going to watch this. They're going to be like, this is sacrilegious. You don't use a drill to tap. Well, guess what? Oh, yes, we do. Why? Hold it up, quick, efficient, get in, get out. I hear Rudy. What's up, brother? What's going on? You need me? All right, so is everything out of the way and ready for me?
Not yet, like about 2 o'clock.
Just, oh, 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm ready to get in.
Oh, okay, I thought you was ready for me right now.
Shit, I've been working all weekend for you. Shit.
That's what I'm talking about. So that's a surprise. That's Rudy, my painter. So we got something new coming up for the company. But we got another project that we're working on. Top secret. CIA stuff. Top secret CIA stuff, Joe. And that's Joe right there. Say hi to Joe. Joe's from Vallejo. He's the one that takes care of all of our DI tanks. We're filming right now, Joe. Say hi, Joe.
Hello.
And so this is all dialed in, ready to go.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic stuff. You see that? Good stuff. Amazing. Phenomenal. So when you do this, you'll have a few little burrs. You get the burrs down. All right. Take 20. We're back in action. So you see over on the side, the water hose will go down to here, and you'll screw it into right here. So that's how you store your hose. Now the water will drain out and go through the bottom of the van. So that's how you store your hose, peeps. I'm liking everything about it. Now I'm working on the back. I got to get the tire down because I can't drill through. If I do, I'm going to punch the tire. So here's one of them right here to where this hose will come down and plug into here. But I still got to put the nipple barb and drill the hole, run the hose through and all that stuff. But I'm looking for the tire iron. Is it up above? I don't know where the damn tire jack's at. Huh. They must not have had a place to store their jack, so they just zip tied it to the front seat. That don't make no sense. This is what I do to zip ties. So Dodge don't have a place for all their jacks. The truth is out. Well, I guess because I think of AAA and everything else that you don't need it. Well, you do need it because I need the little hex head. I need this piece. That's what I need. Because I gotta let the tire down. So back here, you got a spare tire. Ha! Now I can do my drain hole. There we go. So we got drain on that one. There we go. Jeff, your extension didn't hold. It blew off. Ha! Doesn't have enough bite. Doesn't have enough bite. Back in action. I just gotta run the hose down. There we go, and as this cools down, it'll harden to the nipple barb. You don't have to do a hose clamp. Put it inside the tire. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And that's it. Now you got your hose draining down here to the inside. And we are good. So now you got my secrets. Now you see how I do our drains. That makes everything nice and neat and clean and water not running everywhere. And as usual, always put your tools away so you know where they're at when you go back. All right, so the only thing we have left now is the hoses and testing. I don't have no locking mechanism on these reels. Stupid. These are not the ones I support. You guys know who I support. Show them the big old bright red reel, Kaylin. Reelcraft. But, you know, they don't even have a locking mechanism on these reels. So every time you hit the trigger, they're gonna uncoil. Kim don't like. Oh well, ain't nothing I can do about it. Need to get it backed out, blow all this stuff out. We got water in the tanks. We're ready to fire this puppy up. All right, so that's done, that's done. All right, squeeze the trigger. So what we're doing right here is we're firing up the soft wash system right now. So you see all the air coming out, now it's going through the pump. We're priming the hose right now. You can see the water running through right now. So it's going over to the hose. Got water?
Oh yeah. Look at the field. Yeah, I have air for now.
You know what? Might help if I turn on the chemical.
Yeah, might help.
Yeah, now it's turned on. There we go.
There it is.
Put your wand in there with a different J-rod in there. Let's see how much spray you got.
Not too bad.
So it's 40, 25, and 15. All right. Set it right there. Go turn the power switch off. Everything tested, no leaks, everything's good. I like it. Well guys, that's a wrap. So Ken, Alfredo, everything's done. I'm about to wash your van on the outside, get all your stuff loaded up in here, and this is a wrap. I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. I like the way everything turned out. 20 pounds of poo in a 1 pound bag. So everything turned out nice and clean. Off to the next build. Ken, Alfredo, come get your van. Thank you for your business. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, everybody, click subscribe down below. Share us to your friends, family, co-workers, and let everybody know who we're about. If this is something you just like being interested in watching, tune in and watch. If you see something that we do that benefits you in your business, like, oh, I never thought about that. Oh, doing a drain valve for my hoses. Use it. It's free information. You know, we're not all about hiding everything we do. We want to let everybody, you know, learn from it. If it's something that can help you, it's a win-win for you. If not, oh well, it didn't cost you anything. So if you got anything that you got questions on and you want to give me a shout out, you can give me a call. Kalen will put my digits up. He'll shoot my email down. You can send me emails and I'll be more than glad to answer your questions. But this van is a wrap. Thank you for tuning in. Click subscribe. Everybody have a great day. Peace.